Hi everyone, my name is Hitomi, and today I hope you're ready to channel your inner Bob Ross, cause we're gonna be painting a starry night sky. Let's get all of our materials ready and get painted. All right, today we're gonna be needing a 9x12 canvas, and we are gonna need the colors white, green, blue, and black, a paper towel, a paintbrush, two preferably, one thick one and one smaller one, and a glass of water. So for the first step, we are going to start with the bottom green teal color. Since the point of this is that the sun is lower on the horizon, there's a little bit more lightness to it, and we're going to be mixing the green and blue. And this is really up to you. I feel like I'm a sucker for all shades of blue, especially teal. It is so pretty. All right, so once you have your ideal color, let's go ahead and paint this onto the canvas. Start around 2/3 of the way down from the canvas, and you are gonna just cover 1/3 of this canvas. And don't worry about having to go all the way down. We're gonna cover that with black later, so just kind of focus on getting all the color saturated into the canvas and just go back and forth and really just enjoy this moment. I feel like painting is one of those meditative activities that just kind of gets you lost, and it's so calming. All right, so now that we're done with the teal, we're gonna go straight into the blue paint. And with the blue paint, we're gonna have this ombre effect happen because we didn't wash off any of the color on the paint. So same thing, just go back and forth and blend halfway down. You're gonna notice the nice smooth transition from one color to the other. And as we go up the canvas, we want to make it look like it's the night sky, which means the blues are going to get darker, add a little bit of black, and work your way up. As you start working up the canvas, make sure to add a little bit more black to the blue. Again, just brush back and forth until you kind of have that nice smooth transition from one color to the other. And it's okay if the black works its way down. We could just add blues where we want them, add the teals where we want them, but keep doing this until you're happy. It's really just up to you and what you want from this. One of the tips to make sure that you get this nice ombre effect is to keep the paintbrush in the same motion. It's okay if you're trying to get the corners and going up and down, but just as you're ending it, just keep going in that left, right motion until you get that nice smooth transition from one color to the other. All right, so this paintbrush is done. Let's put it in the water jar and let it soak for a little. And in the meantime, we are going to start on the actual stars. We're going to use the opposite end of this paintbrush and create our little stars. You could randomly put your stars wherever you like, or if you have a certain friend in mind you're making this for, what's their zodiac sign? You could add their constellation and really customize it to yourself or customize it to your friend that you might want to give this painting to. Okay, grab that bigger paintbrush again. And I guess we could do a Bob Ross move here. I just use my paper towel and clean off the colors, rub it off. It's not too important since we're gonna be flicking the paint onto our canvas. This is gonna add smaller speckles, and it really will add dimension to the sky, giving a lot more shapes and sizes of our stars. And it's not perfect. I made a little smudge, but it's okay. I'll cover it up later. All right, so let's clean off the white from this paintbrush, and now we're gonna move on to the lower part of our painting. This is gonna be that fisheye tree line look. That means that the trees are gonna be a little bit curved on the ends and have a U shape on the bottom third of the canvas. We're just gonna use the color black. We're gonna start by just giving a little rough outline of where I kind of want this fisheye look to go, and then after that we're just gonna fill it in with all the black. And don't worry about being too perfect because we are gonna go over this multiple times. So if it's not perfect, don't worry. Every tree is different and it's still gonna turn out beautiful. So with the paintbrush that I decided to use today, it's actually perfect. I'm brushing it up in a perpendicular motion and it's creating these perfect little pointy ends. So it's mimicking that sharp pine tree that I grew up looking at, and I really like it right now. The lower black is not as saturated, so I'm just going back with my paintbrush and kind of filling that black. Don't worry about it too much because we're going to add a little bit more layers of black to add dimension. So let's let that dry for just a little bit, but in the meantime, I hope you guys have some bubbles with you, and it is mimosa time for me. My friends and I always called mimosas mimos, and so we would be like Mimo time, and it was great. Have a sip here, and let's get right back into it. The beauty of using acrylic paint is that it dries pretty quick, so this is, again, we're painting in real time, and I am very amazed how quickly we could apply layers, and it looks great. So what we're doing right now is adding a little bit more dimension into our painting. So the trees that are closer to us are going to be a lot darker, and that way it gives that illusion that these trees are closer, and then the ones further are being illuminated by the starlight. I'm making pine trees just because they're really easy to draw. It's literally just downward strokes at a 45 degree or 30 degrees brush strokes, and you're just kind of making Christmas trees. And again, because the color is just one color right now, it really doesn't highlight too much of the mistakes that we're making. And honestly, I shouldn't even call it a mistake. I really like how it's looking so far. So let's just keep going, just add a couple more trees, and until you think that you have that nice fluff to the trees, just keep on making those nice strokes. All right, so next we're gonna add highlights to the trees in our foreground. So why we do this is because even if it's night sky, we're gonna see some shine to the tree, and especially we wanna make that glowing effect. So go in with the grays and just kind of dabble here and there on a couple of the trees, and now it looks a little too much for me. The beauty of acrylic paint is that it kind of works as a whiteout. Whatever color you're using, you could go over with that paint and it pretty much covers it up. Because it's a little too white, I'm gonna grab a little bit of a darker gray color, go over the color, and get that ideal highlight look I want. So let me just keep on going. You guys keep going as well, and don't fluff with it too much for this part. It's just a little tiny hint. So I'll have you guys keep on going. I'm gonna keep going, and at a certain point, it's one of those things where you have to drop the paintbrush and say, I'm done. For those who are painting with me right now, I really wish I was there with you, because one of the things I enjoy about these for wine and paint are seeing everybody's painting and how it's all so different, but so cool. And I wish that that was possible. I'm just adding a little bit more black to the edges to really make it super dark. But I feel like this is pretty much done. I'm ready to drop my paintbrush and call it a day. Okay. This came out pretty good. I mean, I'm proud of myself, and it was so easy, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I would love to see your guys' paintings, so please post them. And also, if you have any other suggestions for other kinds of crafts to do together, let me know. And until then, please take care, and I will see you next time. Peace out.